Hey guys, second fan of the night.
Second fan of the night.
This is the third church blender.
Yes, it is the third.
3 of 5. For more content. I don't think we have any. Do we have any behind the scenes footage of these? Nothing yet, right?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. On Patreon, patreon.com/dspiffy. There's lots of behind the scenes content there, but no church blender behind the scenes yet. So we could do some behind the scenes though, because His Metalness is swapping the caps in all of these, since we got so much better performance out of the first one by putting a 10 in it instead of the 9. And we're not sure if that's because the 9 was failing. It was measuring good, but that we were not measuring it under load, or if just that 1 microfarad makes a difference. So we're going to continue testing, and that will help us to determine. Anything you want to say about this?
Well, this is definitely we're glad to have found these.
Yep.
To get these out of the church. Well, we didn't get them. A salvage company did.
Yes. Well, I mean, I was working with the salvage company,
Yeah.
but I didn't actually go up in the lift.
Yeah. I wondered how they got a lift inside an old church. Because you got a wooden floor like this.
It was they probably used scaffolding, if I had to guess. I wasn't there for that. I was planning to be there for that, and it all happened too quickly. But here's the thing: is they salvaged everything. They salvaged the wood. They salvaged some of the brick. So they were literally taking the church apart piece by piece and saving as much of it as they could.
Okay.
And so they probably were able to, I'm sure they had scaffolding up the whole time for stuff like that. So it probably was scaffolding and not a lift. But yeah, that was definitely a very, very tall ceiling. We've been calling these church blenders just because this seems to be the version most commonly seen in churches.
Well, I explained that to Mark Wilson because he's showing off his new in-box ones. He said he got way back in the first decade of the millennium.
Probably.
He got them on eBay, new in box. He bought up a bunch.
Does this have plastic blades?
Yes.
Would we still call those church blenders or no?
I think so because I've seen them.
Okay.
Well, sure, they can have those.
Did he agree, or has he seen other stuff more popularly in churches?
No, you've seen the same thing.
Yeah.
He told me about some kind of a meeting of some sort that happened to take place at a church, and he went up to peek, and sure enough.
Yep.
So I told him about that, explained to him that they were common.
Yeah.
And that there are certain churches, when I see like the wood type ceiling, wood beams and the wood paneling on it, it just screams blenders.
I've been meaning to go back. I've been trying to go back, but for some reason Catholic churches aren't as friendly to me when I want to go visit and look at the fans.
Oh.
There's a church that my cousins were either baptized in or had their first communion or something like that in Waukesha. And Waukesha, as you know, is not that far from us.
No.
And and I've seen pictures. The fans are still there. They're 3-blade blenders. I can't tell if they're K63 or K55.
Which one out there is it?
I can't remember the name. It's in Waukesha. There's only like a couple of Catholic churches in Waukesha. I can't remember the name.
Because I'm not far from Waukesha. That's literally
easy
drive.
I'll find it. It's in my email. I can do it right now when I'm done. I can move over to the computer and find it right now, actually, as soon as we start the thing.
All right.
But yeah, they I've been wanting to go in there and film and see what they are, because it was interesting install where it's very similar to like a traditional church, like you would think, with the high peak ceiling and everything like that.
Yeah.
But instead of just fans down the center, they had fans down the center and the sides. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay.
It was either like 3 rows of 2 or 3 rows of 3, something like that.
Interesting, because there is a Catholic church. I found pictures of it. It's in West Bend.
Okay.
You'd see it from like that main street of 33 as you're heading towards the Restore there.
Gotcha.
Like when you're almost to the Restore, you'll see it. It's like also a school too, like a mid-century.
Most
50s.
of them are, yeah.
But looked up that church and it's got 4-blade blenders and also down the side as well.
Brick blenders?
I can't quite tell.
I would say most likely. Those seem to be the ones you most commonly see in churches.
Okay.
I'd say you probably most commonly see these.
Yep.
Then the K63 version of this.
Yeah.
Then Rick blenders are probably the most common blenders in churches. And then I'd say after blenders, gold lines are probably the most common
Yes,
church
like
fans.
the one Robbie Lawrence pulled out of.
Yes.
Ones. Because I also thought that would have been a Blenderfan church as well. That just looked like it would scream, even though that was a cool install. I just kept picturing blenders up there.
Yeah,
because
after gold lines, what do we see next? I would say either new tones or
new tones is definitely one.
Yeah.
I showed you a picture of one.
Yeah.
It was a church up in my dad's childhood town in northern Minnesota. It was a mid-century Lutheran church called First Lutheran, and I asked, "Is that a heat cycler or a new tone?" And you just pointed out saying,
"I've seen videos and pictures of heat cyclers in churches, but never seen it in person."
I think they'd be a little more down south, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Heat cyclers.
My parents' church growing up had pro lines.
Yeah.
And then I pulled a 4-blade pro line out of a church once. I mean, they're pretty common. In fact, I got two 4-blade pro lines out of a church. Come to think of it.
Yeah. And what else did I see? I've seen. Oh yes, Robbie Lawrence's heat cycler hall from a church.
I mean, Robbie Lawrence is the MVP. Yeah, move it that way just a little.
Okay.
Come a little. That's actually fine. Well, no, come a little bit closer. That's great actually. Robbie Lawrence is like the MVP of rescuing fans from churches. I mean, he's got a skill for that and a knack for that.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him about it, and he's in the right place at the right time. He's a likable guy. He knows how to talk to people and communicate with people, and I'm pretty good at it, but he's got a special gift for that. Mm-hmm. So, well, speaking of it, let's go flip it to high.
Okay, what do we think? What do we say?
What do these normally do? I don't remember.
I thought bigger inrush.
Okay, I'll say no inrush, because I doubt it'll be small.
Yeah.
1.02, let's see if it drops. Of the fans from that church, this is the first one where one of the blades was bent. I'm assuming it happened while taking it down.
That could be.
Because they took him down with the blades on. Oh, so no inrush.
Yeah. Well, that's drawing pretty much what it's
rated at, yep.
Yeah, so that's fine to put in tens, because even if it's like a couple hundredths over, that means nothing. Really.
Let's see what the...
let's
do the power factor on it first.
Oh, yes, power factor. It's the about 120 watts, 119 watts.
Wow, and power factor 1. Yeah. Are these the calculators you got, or did Rick get these?
I don't know.
It's a big pile of calculators over here.
Yeah?
I feel like Rick's to blame. They look awfully vintage. They look a little malaise. I'm sure Chandru likes these.
Yeah.
If we're gonna channel Chandru.
Like the calculators or
the church blenders.
Oh yeah, well I know he does.
It's so weird seeing these on high though, because we almost never see them on high.
Yes.
In churches, they're almost always on a nice little low speed.
Okay, 707. Oh, hold on. Okay, 7818.
So that would be 240.
That looks about right.
It does.
Not super fast like gold lines, but
some of those slower unions are around that 240
like
too.
Those
So
other two.
Yeah, it certainly seems reasonable.
So they seem like they're going that same kind of speed.
Yeah. Honestly, these type of fans wouldn't look too bad in GMS either.
No. Well, I thought so too. I wondered. Even though that building, it's just a little newer for these, but...
No one would know except us.
Right.
Although I still think the black gold lines are probably the best.
And the reason why I think so too, just because they would be meant in the time period.
Yeah.
Like this would be like if I seen a mid-century church from like the 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
Or even older, then I think heavily more of those. Okay, so... Oh yeah, I gotta do the...
Yeah, and then I'll move out to the away.
the 649.
$9,600. That's pretty up there.
Yeah.
That 1 microfarad, either that 1 microfarad makes a difference or the factory capacitors are failing. One of the two, because the one we tested with the factory capacitor was in the 8s.
Yeah.
Both of the ones we've tested with the 10s are in the 9s.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
Prince has one of my favorite Prince songs is called To the 9s.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
I was going to look up that church. Let me see if I can find it. No crunching yet. Good spin down. Bearings didn't need anything after all.
Right. That's true. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm ready for decade.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna give it the doubt of 2. Benefit.
Okay, I will say 3.
All right. Let's watch. 1. Let's see. 2. Nope. I lost. 3. Nope. 4.
But still a little stiff.
Just a hair.
By the way, the church is just St. Mary's of Waukesha.
St. Mary's. Okay.
Yep.
Take a look at that.
See if there's any. I looked for pictures online a while ago and there weren't very many. Maybe there are more now.
Yeah. Okay, here's 4. Okay, I mean, that's fine if it starts on 4. Then I know, like, a standard control, like a 5.
Yeah.
Will definitely work.
Definitely looks like there's some more photos. Let me see if there's any that show the fans and if I can tell what the motor is. 23 photos. Not very many, but let's just see. Pretty church.
Yeah. Okay, here is 6. Seven.
There's only 2 that show. Oh, okay.
Right.
So.
St. Mary's in Waukesha.
Yeah, I'll show you the pictures in a second. I'm pulling them up now. The fans are only like very small in the back of the pictures. If I had to guess, I'd say K55, but it's hard to tell. Like you can see, like there's one right there. That looks pretty K55.
Oh yeah, and also that could possibly be the wood or the plastic.
Because this is over here looks more K63. I definitely think those are fiberglass blades, but the motor is uncertain. Let's see what the other picture turned up at. By the way, I need everybody at home to exercise proper caution because we are entering the danger zone.
Oh yes.
Let me try some.
Oh yeah. Oh, here.
He only gave me 1 chip.
Well, take which. Here you go. There's. Okay. And 8.
Crunch. Are these the same flavor as last time?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't think so. I think they're different. These are buffalo flavored.
Yeah.
I think the last time were like...
Nine.
Okay, I won't be doing any more crunching.
Uh,
I just wanted to try them. They're pretty good.
yeah.
Not as good as Taco Burrito Mexico.
No. 10.
Or Sperry.
Yeah.
Let's see if this picture comes out any better. That definitely looks K55.
Yeah.
That one I can't tell. I suppose it could be a mix, although that's unlikely.
Yeah, that does sound. Of course, that louvered wall there, I believe, is pipes behind there.
Yep.
Usually. Okay, here is 11.
Okay.
And here comes.
Is everybody ready? I need you to be aware of the risks if you keep listening.
And 12.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
13. This is like the speed that I commonly would see him on. Very common speed right here.
Yeah. I did extensive videos at my grandparents' church. They were very kind to me there.
Oh, and that was a Lutheran?
Yep.
Okay.
First English Lutheran in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Okay, that makes sense of why they were probably much more.
I've had pretty good experiences at Lutheran churches overall.
Okay.
The only thing that bothered me is my parents' Lutheran church, the one that I grew up in.
Yeah.
I wanted to have
14?
my wedding there.
Yeah.
But I wanted my pastor from from Now Faith, which is the church with the community center and 12 wings and all that. I wanted him to marry us, but I wanted to do it at the church I grew up in. And my parents' Lutheran church. You can keep going on the test rig.
Here's 15.
My parents' Lutheran church had some new pastors, and they didn't know me, because I hadn't been a member of that church since I was a kid, and they were like, "Well, we don't let anybody, get married in our church unless one of our pastors does it." And I was like, "Okay, well, I mean."
Yeah.
So would that be fine then? Well, what if we had it here and one of your pastors did it? And they're like, no, because you're not a member of the church. So I was like, oh, so there was no way for me to get married in the church I grew up in, and according to my mom, the new pastors there weren't very nice anyways. So I don't know if they're still there or not.
But this is 16, 17. 18. 19.
Okay, this is the last one. Everybody use extreme caution. This could be very dangerous.
And 20.
Crunch, 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 crunch. I was going to ask if you showed the labeling, but I guess that's waiting for our sponsors.
Right.
That's fair. These really do run great with the 10s in them.
Yeah.
One thing we could do, I think it'd be a lot of trouble though, is we could get like a thermometer and we could see, and then run them on high and see how the temperature of the motor is different. But that's pretty into the weeds.
Yeah. And then let's see, 22. Since I'm still quite a ways.
Still under.
Yep, 25. 30. 32, 35, max out at 40, and I'm still under.
One thing I want to do when we test these CF-28s, they're supposed to run on 104 volts. I want to get a voltmeter hooked up to the test rig, and we can figure out when the test rig is going to be 104 volts. I wonder if we could do. I mean, we could do it without a load. I wonder if it would be different with a load. But that way, because we could probably use a capacitor to drop the voltage instead of a transformer or a variac. Okay, so what's next? Solid state?
Yes, solid
How
state.
do you think it's going to do?
I think this is going to be. Oh. Typically, I've heard these as almost silent. Yeah, we'll say bedroom quiet, but they may be close to silent too.
I'll chance it with silent.
Okay.
These have done pretty well on the
And
old
they
solid
have.
state. We got plenty of solid state controls back here,
Yes, we do.
I think we can call that silent.
Pretty much.
I don't hear anything, do you?
No.
I hear the wind outside more than I hear
Yep.
anything, and then I hear the wind from the fan next.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, so how many of these do we have now? We got 5 that just came out of this church. We got 4 in that row right there, and then we have another one with painted blades, don't we?
Yeah.
So we have 10 total.
Yeah, for K55.
Man, I wonder where we could hang 10 of them.
Oh, that'd be.
That'd be if we got us some scaffolding into GMS.
Yeah, then. Oh, yes.
That'd be pretty good.
It would be. Okay, that's actually everything on this one.
That's true because we did 0 to high. Okay, well
Yep.
then let's talk about our
Our
sponsors.
sponsors.
We'll switch positions. Remember what I said about being ready by the time you get to the last sponsor.
Okay.
So you don't have to, guys, have it ready.
Okay.
Okay, so our original sponsor, of course, is FanStick, and we all should know the slogan for FanStick by now. FanStick is the solution to all of my problems. So.
And with that,
Now,
a bonus.
also, Florida Fan Stick, which is 69% longer and harder than regular Fan Stick. To find out more, go to buyfanstickxxx.com. For regular Fan Stick, go to buyfanstick.com, fanstick.biz, lightstick.biz, and now with Fan Stick Mini.
That's right, FanStick Mini
Fan Stick Mini.
will also be included.
So, even though it's pretty late at night, I only have had my lunch so far today because I don't eat before church, and then it just took me a long time to get here, and that was my first meal of the day. So I guess you could technically say I just had my breakfast. I really should have 3 meals a day. It'd be healthier. Do you know where I would eat all 3 meals a day if I could?
Taco burrito.
Taco burrito Mexico. Do you know why? I could have a taco for breakfast,
Yep.
burrito for lunch, and Mexico for dinner.
Yep.
It's the only place I can get all 3. And then I would wash it down with a nice, refreshing
Sperry.
Sperry. What do you think about Sperry, your metal?
It's Sperry good.
Very good. So we got, speaking of snacks, we got a word in from our one of our sponsors earlier, 81220 LLC. His medalist is going to show the logo
Yep,
there,
we
where our motto is,
Hold on. First, I got to show the other one. And now.
crunch, 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 crunch. As always, the videos in the bay are lit by the Good Manufacturing Company. We didn't need excellence. It's just too much. We wanted good. Lastly, Metal Pete and I got to play Ricker Sheep earlier.
Yes.
And so if you too want to play with... I thought I heard something. Ricker Sheep.
Sheep, yes.
Jinx. So you too can play Ricker Sheep, and all you have to do is go to rickersheep.com. It's a fun game you can play with your friends. Hey, is Metal Jonas anywhere around here?
Oh, those doorbells are marvelous, magnificent.
What else you got to say, Jonas?
No-tone doorbells. Oh, yes, and you got any Homestead catalogs?
What do you think about House on the Rock, Jonas?
Oh, House on the Rock. Oh, one word, incredible. One word, magnificent. One word, overwhelming. One word, wow. One word, marvelous.
If you would like to see more of Metal Jonas, go to patreon.com/dspiffy. As always, thanks for watching, and bye FanStick, and bye PowerMate. Thanks for watching.